Hello everybody and welcome to this recap of my round in Pro Division that I played today in the third day of qualifier. I tried the notes out and I got a very good score, which was -17. If you do want to get my notes that I'm having, you subscribe to patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link in the video description down below. And in this tournament you will be able to see some insane scores, but obviously -17 is something that won't happen that often in Pro Division. You can see a lot of drops, and I'm going to take you through the shots here, and I'm also going to take you through elevation, adjustment in a calm and an easy way by going over the replays. If you do have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below and I will be happy to help out. And I will obviously try to provide as much content as possible for the Monster March Tournament. And we're gonna go with hole number 1. And here I do play 10% extra, but it's not entirely mid plus 10. It's because I've started with a mid plus 10, then I remade my adjustment to a 1-to-1 -0.4. And I played 1-to-1 -0.4 in the first try that I did, but then I went back to 1-to-1, and 1-to-1 is what I'm playing here. 1.5 bar topspin, max side spin to the left with a side spin 1 ball, and then half of the blue ring on the fairway, rest inside the rough, and I play this one 1-to-1. But as you are going to notice, that I'm going to be very close dropping this one. So the thing that I've done as a change is that I'm changing to a 1-to-1 -0.2. So you take the wind and then you remove 0.2, and then you're gonna have it in the bag. So very close, and we skip that one and we go and just write it down here real quick in our notepad. Hole 1. Hole 1, we then have an adjustment of 1-to-1 -0.2 is what we're going to play, and this is what we're gonna follow there. And you know, obviously you can write with spin and stuff like that, but we're gonna go to hole number 2, and I'm going to focus on the adjustment that we're having. Hole number 2, par 4, and here we're gonna start by playing with a 10% extra elevation, and we're playing it with a max distance number. I choose to play with a power 1 ball here, as I do not want to really spend a power 3 ball here when it's not necessary at all. You can see I'm in complete max distance with my extra mile. I'm adding spin before I put my landing position there on the ground. 4.5 bar topspin and as much side spin to the right possible. Then I zoom in. Pretty much it's because the tree there would otherwise block my view trying to do my rings. Max distance, once again, plus 10% with a power 1 ball and extra mile level 7. And the thing that happens here now is that we are getting this ball to bounce on the fairway. We're getting this ball a very nice roll here. I'm gonna get to a yardage that we're gonna see here now, which is gonna be a 350 yard mark. From here we're gonna have a short iron, and the short iron that I'm playing here now is actually played in max distance. We aren't in complete max distance of our club, and that's why it's very important for me to tell you that you're still going to play it in max distance. We aim for the fringe, and I'm going to use a decent amount of backspin here with my thorn, and I'm gonna actually go a little bit more here. So we go and play this one with slightly less than 4 bars backspin. Try to replicate the ball guideline, and then you're gonna put the ball guideline straight at the pin, and we played maximum distance plus 10. So the same shot as we did with our drive, max plus 10, we do with our second shot. But obviously if you make a drive that becomes shorter than what I did or longer than I did, then you will obviously have to play with a different club distance, and that's something I cannot really help you with. That's something that you need to look at when you're playing. Nice little eagle on hole number 2. We go into our notepad, we write hole 2, and we then write drive max plus, I'm gonna have plus 10, and second shot max plus 10. So, and that's gonna leave us to go to hole number 3 here. And hole number 3, it's going to be a par 5 with a good opportunity. So we're gonna start first with the drive, and the drive is the key. Make the drive correct, you then have secured the way of getting an eagle at least, but also giving yourself a good way making an albatross. I'm going to go in complete max distance with a power 1 ball in the quarterback level 9, 4 bars topspin and as much side spin to the right possible. Blue ring to the right by the rough line, and then we're going to adjust for a maximum distance plus 10. Once we're done with that, we're going to push our target approximately 2 rings up towards the pin. And then we're gonna go with approximately 75% of the ball in curl, and obviously try to hit perfect. The only thing that I'm looking for here is to get my ball to the fairway without getting into the bunker on the left. Yardage that we're getting here for the drive is going to be 329. So we go back and we take a look at the second shot. Unfortunately, I do hit this one great. Otherwise, I strongly believe this would have been, if not in, it's going to be super close. I do have the sniper as for the accuracy, as for the ball guideline. And here I'm going to play this one medium distance of my club. So from 329, I'm going to play this one medium distance. 4 bars backspin and 2 bars side spin to the left. And I'm going to try with this very bright green, trying to get the ball guideline to be slightly before the pin, approximately half a green square, to then be aligned with the pin and the wind as well for that matter. Then in this case, I'm adjusting 6 rings, as that is mid distance without nothing extra, so without any elevation. So mid distance, nothing extra. Unfortunately, a great right, and this ball is gonna come in nicely speed wise, but we obviously gonna miss that shot to the right. So with that being said, we go back here to our notepad and we write hole number 3 and we play drive, play that one max plus 10. Second, we play that one from that position mid with nothing extra. So then we are not gonna add anything there. So then we go to hole number 4, a must eagle, an absolute must eagle there. And we're gonna start by looking at the course. You can do this one in different ways. I like to play with a berserker ball here, so I don't have to go with basically any overpower. 4.5 bars backspin is completely enough. Obviously, if you have 5 bars, you know, maybe that would be the addition that we like to have. We start with the yellow ring, left side of the yellow ring by the rough line, and we start at the plus 20 yard mark. And as you can see there, as we do have headwind, we're gonna come out up in a little bit of overpower. Then it's important that we do give ourselves a little click overpower and also half a ball of curl to the left. Unfortunately, a great right, but that's not gonna be any problems whatsoever. The only thing that we do, we land it here on the fairway, giving ourselves a very easy eagle attempt. We'll go back to here, we write hole number 4 and we then play drive, and that is max, and then we have the plus 20. So max plus 20 for the drive to get the eagle. So let's go to hole number 5 now, and hole number 5 is a par 5, and I do believe this is going to be a very good chance for an albatross. I strongly believe that taking yardage notes on this hole is going to be very valuable. Power 1 ball once again, and I'm playing this one a little bit closer to the rough than I played it in the regular playthrough. Reason being is that I want to get a little bit more distance. Max topspin 4.5 bars, 4 bars is what I have with the quarterback level 9, and 4.5 bar side spin to the left. Complete max distance, half of the red ring inside the rough line, and then we're gonna play this one maximum distance plus 10%. No curl whatsoever. We're just gonna take the shot with a perfect and gonna let the ball do its work. And now it's very important and to take a look at where does this ball land, and we are then gonna note down the yardage, which is gonna be 316 yards. From 316 yards, we will not be able to go for the rough bump by the green, so we will have to go with a bounce up approach. And that's still going to be a very good opportunity. I play with 1.5 bar backspin, and I'm going to play this one without any elevation. And the thing that I'm doing here is that I'm trying to line this shot up. Hard to see the ball guideline for the very bright green, but leaving the ball guideline approximately half a green square short of the pin, so I'm not coming in too hot. Blue ring by the rough line, and I'll play this one 1-1 with in this situation, which is a max plus 0, so a max with nothing extra adjustment. Reason we play max, even though we are closer to mid distance, is to compensate for the push we're having coming left to right. Very nice shot, we're getting that one in for an albatross. So we go over to our note here, and we play hole 5, and we play that one dry with max plus 10. Second shot, we played max with nothing extra, even though we weren't in complete max distance. We now have hole number 6, and hole number 6 is a tricky one. And I would say that I did go, did make some different tries with it. And here I'm actually making a slight mistake, not using the complete side spin that I should be doing. I'm putting my target in complete max distance with a quarterback with a power 1 ball. 5 bars backspin, and here in this example I play with 3 bars side spin to the right, but I would like you to play with max. So pull 4.5 bar side spin to the right here, then you're gonna be fine. In this example, we play this one instead of playing it minimum distance plus 20, we play this shot minimum distance plus 25, and then you're gonna be fine. You can see here, I don't know what I did there with my target, but in the end we get this ball to bounce, and as you can see we're coming in way too much to the left, and therefore not way to the left, but a decent amount to the left, and we do need the rest of the side spin. So the thing that we note down here is that we do note down for hole 6, and we play min plus 25. Obviously, if you don't want to change from the 20% extra that is suggested, then you add, then you play it between min and mid instead of playing it min plus 25. But it's easier to have a firm elevation with a min distance instead of having to play something in between. Hole number 7 then. Now this is going to be a way for us to go for green. And now we're going to go with our extra mile once again. And I think the extra mile is perfect for this shot due to the limited curl that we're having. So the thing that I do is that I'm adding 1 bar backspin and as much side spin to the right possible. And now look at where I position my extra mile. I'm looking for the ball guideline to be approximately 1 ring inside the bunker with the ball guideline. That's my focus. I'm not really focused on the rings. I'm focused on the ball guideline. Different way of setting the shot up, but that is where I want to start. That is where what is important to actually add the spin before you putting your position up. And once you have adjusted, you do push up your target into max and then go with full curl with extra mile level 7, and then you hit perfect, obviously, or try to, and then you're gonna be very close to the green or on the green. You can, with a little lower wind, you can remove a little bit of backspin, play with just half a bar if you want to come in a little bit more hot towards it, which is up to what you feel comfortable with. Hole number 7, drive, and we play that one. I forgot to say that, but we play that one max, and we have plus 10, max plus 10 for hole number 7, and that's gonna leave us to go to hole number 8. And hole number 8, this is such a weird adjustment here. Now I'm playing with a power 3 ball and a maximum distance with a 40, yeah, you heard right, 40 extra elevation. And the reason I do that is because when we are having a lower wind, then we need to add way more to compensate for the push that we're getting from the wind and from the pad that we're bouncing on. Red ring by drop line, ball guideline to the hole. Very important. And then I'm gonna play this one 6.7 rings. And 6.7 rings for 5 miles per hour is, according to whatever calculator and chart you're having, is 40% extra max distance. No spin whatsoever, as I said, but as you can see, the ball coming in nicely. We get the camera angle and it rolls very, very nicely, giving us a hole-in-one on hole number 8. Hole number 8, and we then have max plus 40 with a power 3 ball. Very important. If you're going to play with a different type of ball, the adjustment is going to be slightly different, and therefore you have a suggestion in the the pro playthrough for lower clubs, where I suggest a shot with a power 1 ball. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at hole number 9. Hole number 9, the drive is going to be 10% extra. So, and here I'm using a berserker once again to make this drive easier. Instead of having to go with maxed overpower, which we have to go with a power 3 ball, I decide to choose to play with a berserker, as I feel that I'm going to win berserkers in the next golden shot. Red ring slightly inside rough line there to the right, not much, but a little bit. Max top spin and as much side spin to the right possible. Adjusting for the max plus 10, push up your target into max, and then you're going to go with approximately 50% of overpower. The more you're adding with overpower, obviously the further up you're gonna get. It's up to you. You could play it very short and go very short, but if you want to get more distance, maybe get your sniper up to minimum distance, then you're gonna have to play with a decent amount of overpower. But a power 5 ball is, in my opinion, much better than playing with a power 3 ball. Shot number 2, and here I'm playing this one without elevation in this example, but I would like you to play with this shot under adjusted. 10% under adjustment, so a minus 10 elevation. And this is all due to, you know, the wind that we're having and the way that we're hitting the rough. And I stand by that the shot generally on this hole is without elevation, but for this particular shot approaching the pin, I play this one minimum distance with a minus 10% elevation, so an under adjustment for this shot. And I'm going for the rough bump, as I do feel confident going with an aggressive approach. If you don't feel that you want to go with an aggressive approach like this, then you play on the fairway just before the rough, bouncing yourself up to the pin, which also is going to be a good chance for an albatross. So we're gonna take the final note here, and we're adding hole 9 drive. We then have a max plus 10 second shot. We play min minus 10. And obviously it depends for the second shot how far you did go with your driver. It could otherwise be mid distance, could be max distance. But here you have it. Here you have the elevation and this club distance adjustment. And after a nice little minus 17 here, I definitely feel good about pro. Hopefully you learned something, and if you like this type of concept, let me know, and I will definitely continue to do that going forward. So, and as also to address that, even though there is a suggested elevation in the playthrough, you can always see that sometimes being changed. It doesn't mean that the elevation adjustment in the regular playthrough are wrong. It's just a different way to take yourself to the hole. So the reason I have different elevations sometimes is that you sometimes change the elevation to suit the adjustment. And that's what I'm doing with certain shots. That's why we do have a difference. But if you do want to have everything like this, exactly like this, you subscribe to patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck in the Monster March tournament.